Hello and welcome to the Coronation Street Awards 2024. This is the YouTube version that you're watching. We have got an audio version as well. That's a little bit longer, but this is a lovely little visual treat of all things 2024 on Coronation Street. I'm Michael.
I'm Gemma.
And we are going to be running down 13 awards for you that you have voted for over the past couple of weeks.
We've had more votes than ever before in this year's awards, so thank you everybody for voting. And thank you to everyone in Coronation Street for making such a great show this year. Michael and I, we had 1/6 of the votes, and then the rest of it was the public vote.
Yeah, very excited to be able to reveal who the winners are tonight. And we've also got a couple of appearances from some of our winners as well. So if you're lucky, maybe some of your favourites will be making an appearance over the next half an hour or so.
So without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Our first award tonight is the A-Up Award for Best Newcomer, and we've seen a number of new faces on the street this year, but who have you picked as your favourite one? Well, let's have a look at our nominations. We have got Bobby, Kit, Betsy, Rowan and Logan. But the winner of the 2024 Coronation Street Award for Best Newcomer is Betsy Swain.
Oh, Betsy Swain.
Congratulations, Betsy. Congratulations, Sydney Martin, who plays her. So what do we think of Betsy this year then?
Well, I've always got a bit of a soft spot in my heart for Betsy because her name was revealed on this very show, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Coronation Street broke the news that she would be called Betsy when we had the interview with Vicky Myers earlier this year. And it was great seeing her appearing on the screen it was kind of early summer, wasn't it? She actually made her first appearance as an unnamed character. She was Sabrina's friend, wasn't she?
Yeah, and then it was revealed in her third episode that she was actually the daughter of D.S. Swain, but she'd been embroiled in a blackmail plot against Joel.
She's been embroiled
then
in
she decided
plenty
to
of blackmail plots this year.
Blackmail Carla, and now Carla's kind of blackmailing her, which is all good fun. She's also the mastermind behind the factory break-in, where we had Logan and Matty breaking in and causing her to go into hospital. So
she's made a big impression in this relatively small amount of time that she's been on our screens. She's certainly a bit of a firecracker, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's got the blue and pink streaks in her hair and a bit of a nasty
rebel
streak running right through her. And I think she makes a really good foil for her mum, DS Lisa Swain, who's obviously been thrust into the forefront this year as a regular character.
Yeah, she's a rebellious teen, isn't she? And
she fits the mould.
She's very naughty, and she's up to no good quite frequently.
Yeah, I'd like to think that there is a kind of kinder side to her. She's got a very kind of difficult relationship with her mum, but I do believe there's a lot of love there. We've seen her showing her softer side, even with Mason. I know that she was encouraging Mason to get up to mischief in Spreetile earlier this year as well, but I think some of it is this tough exterior that she's putting on, and she's taken advantage of the fact that her mum's a cop as well, of course. She can't stay naughty forever, and I think that there's a cracking actress there. I'm looking forward to seeing what 2025 has got for Betsy, because we're going to be seeing an awful lot of Swain and Carla, and that means there's going to be a lot of Betsy behind as well.
Yeah, and we have actually got a message from Sydney Martin about the award.
Over to you, Sydney.
Hello, Coronation Street podcast viewers. I've just found out I've been voted A-Up Best Newcomer for 2024. So I just wanted to pop on and say thank you so much. I know we have to be patient with Betsy sometimes, and I know she can do some controversial things, but I've had so much fun playing her, and I feel privileged that the people watching love her being there, and I love being there. So yeah, hopefully there's some good stuff coming up in the new year that shows she's not just a cheeky little madam. She does have a big heart. But yeah, sending so much love, and thank you so much. Mwah.
Our next category is the Yellow Love Award for the Best New Romance of 2024. And our nominees are Nick and Toya, Carla and Lisa, Lauren and Max, Gail and Jessie, and Tracy and Tommy. And I can reveal that the winner of this category is Carla and Lisa.
Who'd have thought? Kelsa that Swala fans have voted in their droves to get Carla and Lisa as their Elo Love Award winners of 2024. Well, I am chuffed for them as well, because I 100% stand beside them and agree that they have been
definitely
the big new couple of 2024, absolutely deserving of a win here.
Yeah, so a really great romance that has been steadily building, very believable. Very sweet to see the pair of them together. They've had their challenges and they've had their differing opinions on things, and it's been really interesting to see Carla sort of learn something new about herself as she's fallen in love with a woman, and to see Lisa try to break that ice maiden exterior that she's built up to protect herself after the death of her wife, and just slowly trying to thaw that icy heart that she seems to have built up.
Yeah.
But she's trying to coax Carla too out of her shell, and it feels like they're not always growing at the same pace, are they? But
No,
that's what
quite.
makes them a really interesting couple.
Carla has said just recently that she wouldn't have expected at the beginning of 2025 to be dating a copper, and I certainly don't think she'd be expecting to be dating a lady copper as well. But you're right, it's certainly been very sensitively done. I wasn't sure about how well it was going to go, but it's really, really believable, and I'm all for Swala as a couple now. Right at the beginning of the year, Vicky Myers, when she was made a regular character, said that Swain would have her eye on somebody, and with everything that's been going on with Carla getting involved in the police and Roy's investigation, then it feels like they've been pretty destined towards each other, and it's been lovely seeing how accepting everybody has been. And of course, Sally has loved the gossip of it as well. It's been a lot of fun, and I think that we're going to be seeing an awful lot more of them in 2025, don't you?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some challenges for those girls in the new year.
Absolutely. Let's move on to our next award. Our third award of the evening is the Terroir Award, where we celebrate the very best exit from the show. It's always sad to say goodbye to some of our Corrie favourites, but who did it best? Let's find out. The nominees in the Terroir Award were Peter, Joel, Beth, Paul and Simon. And the winner of the Coronation Street 2024 Terroir Award for Best Exit goes to Paul. Congratulations, Paul. I'm really, really chuffed that this one was a win. Such a heart-wrenching scene, wasn't it?
Yes, played by Peter Ash so wonderfully. His storyline has been heart-wrenching, but that final episode was just a gut punch. Yeah,
I think we're going to be talking a little bit more about the story later on, but focusing on the exit, what a way to go. Nothing sort of big, snazzy, explosive, just, a family round a bed. I think lots of the viewers could certainly have sadly identified with what Bernie and the kids were going through there. But I loved the script of it, written by Emily Gascoigne, having Harriet, Bibby's character, Summer there saying, this is goodbye, see you later. Gemma was absolutely wonderful, talking about being an odd sock, wanting Paul to come and get her when her time comes. It was really beautifully done. And of course, Bernie, who's been a rock all the way through this story, was kind of holding it together for the sake of the young ones all the way through. Plus, then you had the tragedy of Billy not being able to make it in time.
Yeah, the hardest part of it really was for me was watching Bernie, knowing that she was being strong for Paul, and she told him not to be scared, and that really got me. And the moments before the paramedics took him to hospital and he was struggling and he was bleeding from the mouth, and she was just wiping the blood away and telling him not to be scared. And that was just heartbreaking, because as a parent, you never expect your child to go before you, and she was so strong for everybody, but there was nobody there for her.
She was the one who was the instigator of the let's have Billy believe that he's speaking to Paul and that Paul's listening as well, which probably took a lot of strength when all of them just wanted to burst into tears. It was a really, really sensitively done exit, and one of my most memorable scenes of this year, absolutely. Congratulations to everybody involved there. Let's move on to our next award.
Our next category is for Top Lad, the best male character of the year, and our nominees are Paul, Roy, Nick, Billy and David. And the winner of this category is Paul.
Hey, Paul wins again. Paul gets a double. Congratulations. I'm really, really chuffed for Peter Ash to pick up this award. I think he got Top Lad last year as well. He certainly made a big impression on the Coronation Street viewers through this M&D story, hasn't he?
Yeah, last year was the emotional impact of his diagnosis, and this year it really was the physical. And Peter Ash has gone through, so much to play this character, it was probably really physically and emotionally taxing.
Absolutely. I remember starting the year thinking, how on earth are they going to portray this? How long is it going to last? But, as the months went on, we saw him lose his ability to use his hands. Then he was having to puree his food. The speech went, obviously, in that really big episode in July when it was all from Paul's perspective.
Yeah, narrating his own episode. That's never been done on Coronation Street before.
No.
And that was really, really amazing. I enjoyed that episode. And that was the same episode where we thought we were going to say goodbye to him because he'd chosen to end his life early. And it was a really fascinating and well done episode, but the whole story this year has been fantastic, and Paul definitely deserves this award.
Yeah, we're not usually fans of the big medical storylines on Coronation Street, really, but it's kind of testament to everybody involved in this, including Peter Ash and the character of Paul, that we're able to bring some kind of humour and brightness in the darkness. It just made it absolutely wonderful. Great character development for him over the 2 years. So sorry that we had to say goodbye to him, but what a way to go. Congratulations, Paul, and let's move on to our next award. Next up, it's time to celebrate the Weatherfield women in our Top Lass category for Best Female Character. The nominees this year are Dee Dee, Lauren, Leanne, Carla and Bernie. And the winner of the Conversation Street 2024 Top Lass Award for Best Female Character is Carla. Congratulations, we got 2 for Paul, now we've got 2 for Carla. She is doing pretty well tonight, isn't she? And what a thrill this must be to you, because Carla was always one of your favourite characters, isn't she?
Carla's back on top this year. She's had a really busy year, and she's also got back to her feisty manager role where she's the head boss bitch of the factory.
Yeah, I think she just needed to get that Peter off her case, and now she's back on. Oh, I loved it when she called Betsy and Izzy and that lot into the factory earlier this year to try and tear a strip off them for those counterfeit t-shirts they were sewing labels into. But yeah, it has been great seeing her at the top of the factory, telling Sarah off as well.
She's also been a fierce friend and defender of Roy when he was wrongly accused of killing Lauren.
Yeah, for sure.
And then caused drama when she doored that kid and then ended up in court.
I still can't believe they had her do that. Yeah, she's had an awful lot to contend with, but at least she's got the love of a good woman in Lisa to help her through the year. We've seen less of her with Ryan this year, I think, and a bit more of a relationship with her extended family in the form of Bobby. So yeah, it's been a really big year for Carla. I think she's been in the show 20 odd years now. She's one of Corrie's kind of fiercest, not matriarchs because she's not a mum, but in terms of strong female characters, which is what Coronation Street is really built on, she absolutely shines and is absolutely deserving of this accolade this year.
Congratulations, Carla.
Congrats.
Well deserved.
Let's move on to our next award.
Our next category is the award for the Best Kid in the Show, Our Kid Award. The nominees are Hope, Sam, Dylan, Liam and Joseph. And the winner of the Our Kid Award for the Best Young Character goes to Liam.
Hey, Liam Connor, congratulations. Congratulations, Charlie Renshaw. Charlie's been in the show ever since he was a proper young'un, wasn't he? Like 2-3 years old maybe, and now finally he's got himself a Conversation Street award, and I'm not surprised. This story has really struck a chord with a lot of the viewers this year, hasn't it? The bullying storyline.
Yeah, unfortunately it's a story that a lot of people can sort of see their own past. And he's done a really great job of playing that character and the hopelessness that he feels, and also for a new generation of children who, unlike our generation, couldn't escape the abuse when they went home, because he was also being targeted on social media as well.
Yeah, those scenes where he was in his bedroom getting all the messages from Mason on his phone, on his computer, heart-wrenching, and Charlie did such a really good job of making it feel real and really plucking on the heartstrings of viewers countrywide.
Yeah, I think he's done a fantastic job, and a really sympathetic character that's gone through a lot of really hard ordeals this year, but he's come out the other side. He had his therapy sessions, and he's sort of made his peace with Mason, who saved his life.
From Chesney's erratic driving.
So there we go. It's all fine.
Yeah, I think Charlie's turning 16 this year, so we might be able to see a little bit more of him in the show. So they built them up nicely in 2024. I think if you're a fan of Liam's character, look out for a lot more of him in 2025. Congrats! And we do have a little message here from Charlie to say thank you to everybody who voted.
Hi everyone, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's voted for me for the 2024 Conversation Street Awards and allowed me to win Best Young Character.
Our next category is the Getaway Award, where we celebrate the very best location shoots that Coronation Street has been on this year. Now, we don't get to stray far from the Media City studios too often on the show, but it is always a treat when they do. And we just wanted a way to celebrate that. Maybe encourage Coronation Street to get out there a little bit more if they can afford it.
Don't know if it's going to work, but we can try.
We can. It's always nice for us to visit the places as well. That's why I like it, really. The nominees in the Getaway category in 2024 are Cassie's Puppy Rescue, Roy's Trial, the discovery of Joel's car by the viaduct, Paul's space launch, and the scene in Northcroft Park where Toya and Leanne mourned Rose. And the winner of the Getaway Award in 2024 is the discovery of Joel's car. Woo! Hooray!
Yeah, there we got Kit and Swain driving through the country with their drone, filming them.
Beautiful shot.
Atmospheric, really gorgeous to get out into the wider countryside around Manchester, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, this was up at Martham Viaduct, which we visited ourselves a couple of months back, and it's a really lovely place. It kind of, as soon as we switched into that scene, you knew you were in for something big, don't you? Because Coronation Street strays away from Media City so rarely. We'd had the idea in the episode before that something was going on with Joel with that answer phone message that he'd left with Dee Dee. But as soon as we saw them doing their little investigation, like you said, the drone shots, we thought, oh, what's going on here? There's some just really lovely camera work.
Yeah, really lovely. It was directed by Duncan Foster, and it was just a great scene.
And it's set up for the murder mystery, which would then play out over the next 2 months. We see so little green in Coronation Street, don't we? It's grey and more grey most of the time. So to get out there, see some grass, absolutely loved it. Congratulations to everybody involved in that scene. It certainly struck a chord with our listeners. Let's move on to the next award.
Our next category is Eki Thump for the best fight, scuffle, slapping, match, whatever you want to call it.
Anytime they're getting physical in a non-amorous way.
Hands.
Yeah.
The nominees for this category are Damon fights Harvey in the cell, Max versus Joel on the viaduct, Nick punches Rowan, Leanne slaps Toya, and Griff tussles with Roy. And the winner of the Eki Thump Award for the best fight of Coronation Street in 2024 goes to Griff tussles with Roy.
Another award for Griff. A couple of years ago, Griff picked up award in the 2022 Conversation Street Awards, so it's lovely to see him back again. And it was a really nice surprise return for Michael Condren's character, wasn't it? Yeah,
brilliant to see him return for vengeance, because he genuinely thought that Roy was behind the murder of his best mate's child, a girl that he'd probably seen grow from a baby into a young woman. And so he wanted to get his hands on Roy to make sure that there was some prison justice being dispensed. And he was going to do it by making it look like Roy had killed himself. It was really dark.
It was really dark, proper menacing. You know, having Roy make up a noose out of bed sheets and then stand there with a nasty shard of glass to beloved Roy's neck. I mean, I don't think any of us really thought that Roy would be in danger here. They weren't going to have him be offed by this character in a prison cell when we knew that he was wrongfully imprisoned anyway. But the tension was still really high there. Having Griff's character kind of call out to the guards that Roy was after him with a knife. Luckily, it all turned out for the best for Roy, but for a moment there, you know, my heart was in my mouth. So well done to David Nielsen. You know, as one of the most senior members of the cast, to have him still doing these physical scenes is quite something. And Mikey Condren as well. I love the role of Griff, and it was lovely to see him make a brief comeback to the show in 2024. Well done.
Speaking of, we have an acceptance speech.
We do. Over to Mikey.
Hi, my name is Michael Condren and I play Griff Reynolds in Coronation Street. I would like to say thanks very much to everybody who took the time to vote for the scuffle that Griff and Roy got into this year. It was very enjoyable to film. I had a great time working with David on those scenes. I think Roy gave as good as he got. So this is the second time I've won an award, and I think for both times they've been fighting. So yeah, it's an ongoing theme with Griff, I guess. But again, I just want to thank Conversation Street for everybody who took the time to vote. I hope everybody has a great new year, and enjoys what happens in the show in the near future. Take care. Happy New Year.
Bayek, it's time we celebrated the most shocking moment of Coronation Street in 2024. Now, we are talking here about moments that were not spoiled by Coronation Street press team before broadcast. They might have leaked in the papers, some of them, but if you managed to stay away from that, then hopefully you were caught by surprise when these aired on TV. And if you believe what Kate Brooks, the new producer, has been saying recently, we might be getting more of this kind of thing in 2025. My fingers are firmly crossed. The nominees in the Bayek category this year are Joel's bludgeoning of Lauren and the reveal that he's the one responsible for her disappearance. We have the reveal that Lauren's alive and pregnant a little while later. Next up, Shona slept with Kit. Lauren being the one to kill Joel. And finally, Paul's ghostly return in Billy's dream. And the winner of the 2024 Bayek Award for Best Surprise Twist goes to Joel bludgeoned Lauren. Hooray, let's all applaud the bludgeoning.
Yay.
Congratulations. This was a great moment. We've spoken recently among ourselves about the top moments of the year, and this was right up there for you, wasn't it?
I love this. This was great. This reveal was so dramatic as well, the way it was directed. And the whole week was a big week, wasn't it? Because it was a flashback week where we started from the same scene and then we sort of followed a different character.
Yeah, different characters' perspectives as the week went on.
And the clue that was discovered by Hope was the necklace in the car that was Lauren's, that Joel had lost there because he was the one what done it.
Well, we were theorising all year about, what had happened to Lauren. Is she dead? Is she not? Who's responsible? And Joel had been one of the top suspects, hadn't he? And to have our theories confirmed at the end of the week there was a really great feeling. Having him walking out of the cafe, Roy's been released, everything's fine. He walks up to Hope and he's like, yes, it is the necklace. He's the one that did it. And then we got this amazing switch in the character of Joel, who up until then had been fairly bland, hadn't he, into full-on villain as the rest of the year went on.
Callum Lill played it so magnificently, and to watch him transform from this like bread sauce boring character into a killer, really.
No, not quite.
Well, he thought he'd killed Lauren at this point, and the reflection of himself in the mirror, slicking his hair back after he just bludgeoned her, was just really dark and very dramatic. And I also love the fact that there's that moment where Callum showed his nan.
Yes.
So he's recording her reaction to his reveal.
I want to give Callum Lill's nan an honorary Conversation Street
really
Award. Can we do
deserves it.
that?
Yeah.
Congratulations to everyone involved in this surprise twist. Let's have some more in 2025. But for now, let's move on to our next award.
Speaking of people that are up to no good, it's the wronging category, one of my favourites.
Oh, yeah. Love a villain.
There have been some very naughty, they're all men, naughty men this year.
There's always a man on Coronation Street, isn't there? Betsy's been a bit mischievous, hasn't she? And old Cassie, maybe we'll keep an eye on her for 2025.
She is, yeah.
But yeah, go on. Who are our nominees for 2024?
Joel, Rowan, Logan, Kit and Stefan. But the winner of this year's Wronging Award for the naughtiest man goes to Joel.
Yay, congratulations, Joel. Callum Lill, you got 2 awards this year.
We're being very light-hearted about this, but he's actually been up to some really, really awful things.
Joel's turned from nothing to psychopath this year, and I've been loving it.
Manipulative, abusive, assaulting women, beating them, keeping them in cupboards, whatever he's been up to.
It's like when the reveal happened, then we kind of filled in the gaps of what he'd been up to in the preceding months. And not only had he been, keeping Lauren almost kind of trapped in the flat, and Lauren's stories of her mystery boyfriend took a sinister turn, really. We also learned about Ellie, who was a fantastic character for those few scenes. And and then he was that scene where he turns up behind Ellie and is getting her to spin a yarn about Nathan being the one behind Lauren's disappearance was really chilling. Yeah,
trying to stitch up Nathan, and also getting Betsy to phone up for those pills that he was going to use to kill Lauren's unborn child, his son, and then manipulating Dee Dee, trying to trick her into marrying him.
I did love the episode where Dee Dee puts 2 and 2 together and discovers that Joel's Frankie's dad. That was fantastic, because we'd all expected the wedding to be happening in September, hadn't we? So Corrie really took a curveball there, and obviously, like all good villains on Coronation Street, you had to come to a bit of a sticky end, and in this case it was the Who Killed Joel mystery, which was a really kind of nice way, a bit of a novel way of having a villain be killed off and stretching it out for for a bit in those September to October months.
Yeah, I mean, and also he was involved in the biggest storylines of the year, the who killed Lauren, who killed Joel, flashbacks, flash forwards, so many interesting story devices. And
you can tell that Callum Lill has absolutely loved it as well. And the post that he's put on social media and some of the other Corrie stars, he was only in the show for 18 months, but he was living it up every second of it. And I'm sad that he couldn't stay longer, but congratulations, Callum. I think you've really gone down as a memorable Corrie villain. And speaking of which, we do have Callum with us here today to say thank you very much to everyone who voted for him. Over to you, Callum.
Hello, lovely listeners of the Conversation Street podcast. I just wanted to say a little thank you. It's Callum Lill who played Joel, and thank you so much for nominating me for Best Wrong-Un and the Bayek Award. I had the best 18 months at Coronation Street, and it means the world to me that you have recognised that work and that time with these awards. So thank you so much, all of you.
Let's balance out the darkness of villainy with a bit of light-hearted laughter. The Right Laugh Award is where we celebrate the funniest character on the cobbles in 2024. And our nominees this year were Dev, Debbie, Sally, Evelyn and David. And the winner of the Conversation Street 2024 Right Laugh Award for funniest character goes to Sally!
Yay! Congratulations!
I'm really thrilled that Sally has won this award. So often it's been going to Evelyn the last few years, hasn't it? And Sally, she can do drama so well, but over the last few years they've used her so exquisitely for little comedic moments. She's not had a huge presence on the show this year, but when she has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she's had some great comedic scenes, like there was a few double entendres where she was talking to Steve about she thought that it was talking about being in bed with somebody, but it was actually stuck in traffic. And
that was in the Tommy storyline.
Yeah.
Sally finding out gossip is, you can never go wrong with that. When we had it recently with her discovering that Carla and Lisa were together, and then going on to the other girls, the factory girls, about being a mother of a daughter of an LGBTQIA plus community. And she said, I can authentically say what I saw. She's brilliant. My favourite Sally moment this year, I think, though, was the dinner party scene with Steve and Demi. I wish Demi had stayed in the show more, but as soon as Sally finds out that Steve's dating an estate agent from Hale Barnes, you know that she was going to make a beeline for her, and just trying to show off by knowing what tabbouleh is and saying, oh, we live on the posh side of the street. And I always think it's nice for people on this side of the street to be able to look out and see our lovely houses every morning. It was so good. You can always rely on Sally to deliver the laughs. We love a snob. That's why characters like Hyacinth Bouquet are so popular in this country, and Sally, is the modern embodiment of all things bucket. I love her. Congratulations, Sally Metcalf. Long may your comedic star shine over the often a little bit too dark cobbles of Coronation Street. Let's move on to the next award.
Now it's time for the penultimate award, and it's a big one. It's the That's Champion Award for the best storyline of the year.
It has all been building up to this. There's been plenty of cracking stories in Coronation Street this year, but which one have you voted as the best of the best? Gemma, who's our nominations?
The nominees for this category are The Institute and the Battersby Love Triangle, The Lauren and Joel Saga, Paul's MND, David and Shona's Secret and Lies, and Liam's Bullying Torment. And the winner of the category is Paul's M&D storyline.
I'm really pleased for this. Paul's M&D storyline has absolutely been my favourite one of the year, so I'm really glad that the Conversation Street listeners' views were in alignment with us there.
That's right, it's been a fantastic storyline, and it's been full of heart, warmth, tragedy, drama, love. It's just a wonderful storyline.
Yeah, we usually just don't like these types of storylines at all with the tragic illnesses, but I think it is the heart and the warmth and the humour that all the, especially Paul, but all the characters in it were able to bring. It really made it something quite special. And
at the heart of it too also is a love story between two gay men on Coronation Street, and I think it's really important to recognise that because last year we had the first gay wedding on Coronation Street, and this is a show that was started all those years ago by a gay man, and it's taken quite a long time for that to become a sort of important part of the show, but they really did a fantastic job. And obviously these characters have been in the show for years, and it's nice to see them in the central spot.
Yeah, this is a story that we knew where the final destination was going to be. We didn't know when it was going to happen or how it was going to happen, but through episodes like the Paul's perspective one, the actual death scene itself, other moments like Paul on a motorbike, there's just been so many. The camping trip with Bernie and Gemma, lovely, heartfelt moments. And of course, we also had, you know, the space launch, the beautiful funeral that Billy gave, Paul's return as a ghost, I suppose, all gets brought into this. I thought that everybody involved in this storyline at Coronation Street should be really proud of themselves, and they've done proud the M&D Society and, of course, sufferers of M&D, like Rob Burrow, who was involved in the storyline as well when he visited Coronation Street and actually got an acknowledgement in the July episode from Paul's perspective. I just love this storyline.
He sadly died of M&D, and Daniel Brocklebank's grandfather had it too, so this is something that's really close to the hearts of many people at Coronation Street, and they put a lot of care into this story, and it really shows.
Yeah, congrats everybody involved with this. And you may have been wondering today if we'd get an appearance from Peter Ash after his interview that we did with him a couple of months ago, and you are right. Peter has very kindly recorded this message to thank all of the people that voted for him in this and the other categories this year. Over to you, Peter.
Hello everybody, this is Peter Ash here. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who voted all things Paul Foreman in the Conversation Street Awards. I'm really made up, so thank you. For the Best Male Character Award, the Best Storyline for the M&D story, which of course is a team effort, so my thanks also goes out to everyone who worked on that storyline. And also Best Exit. So I'm really made up with that, and I thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Our final award of the night is not one that's been voted for by listeners, but something that Gemma and I like to choose every year. It's the Mad for It Award for our best listeners. Our community at Conversation Street is so important to us. We've got a lovely Facebook group where everyone discusses the latest goings on. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got everyone who loves to put comments on our YouTube videos. We really appreciate all the support that everyone gives us. And every year we like to give back by offering a virtual award to one of our listeners who has kind of really made this year special for us.
Yeah, this award is in tribute to a listener who passed away, Diane, who some of you will have known as Tivor, and she was such a great supporter of the show that we want to honour her every year by doing this award. And so, Michael, would you like to announce the winner? I
would love to. I am really pleased to announce that this year's Mad for It Award for Listener of the Year is Rebecca Fielkowski.
Thank you, Rebecca, for your support over the years.
I really appreciate Rebecca's positivity that she brings to the Conversation Street community.
Thank you so much for all of your comments and nice thoughts about the podcast and Coronation Street. She always likes to comment about what she thinks about the show.
Yeah, she's a real champion of Conversation Street as well, which is always lovely. Thank you so much, Rebecca. A really well-deserved award.
And I think all of our winners deserve their awards this year. Thank you, everybody, for watching this YouTube video. Thanks to all of the people that voted in the awards, and thank you to all the nominees and the winners. And we are really looking forward to 2025, when we hope there are going to be even more exciting things happening on the street.
I'm sure there will be, but until then, and Happy New Year everybody. Ta-ra for now. Goodbye.
Bye.